The Fromyfarm app project team want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video on how farmers can use the Fromyfarm app to create new wealth by joining the e-commerce of global trade. To achieve this, the farming community requires the strong and expanding support by supplies of farming input, logistics, infrastructure, educational and other services. How to register as a supplier? Step 1. From the map screen menu, tap on the cell icon. This will display the login or registration screen. Step 2. Tap on the Register as a Supplier button. This will display Create an account. Step 3. Fill in the form and tap on the Sign Up button. A pop-up screen will display a reminder option to pay the annual registration fee now or remind you to pay later. Step 4. Tap on Now. This will display the preferred payment option screen. Fill in the form and follow the instructions for the payment using your preferred payment method. Step 5. Once you have completed the payment, a pop-up will display the transaction receipt screen. This is also available through a link in the home screen. You will be shown how to view this later. Step 6. Now that you have completed the annual registration process, you will be redirected to your newly created supplies listing screen. Here you can begin to add produce items for advertising for sale to the public. How to add supplies to the listing? Before you can add an item for sale, you must first pay for the minimum 30 days advertising fee for each item. The fee is currently 5,000 Uganda shillings, but this fee will change in the future. Step 1. Tap the Add Item button on the top left corner. This will display a pop-up screen to pay for 30 days advertising of the produce item. Step 2. Select your preferred payment option, check that the phone number listed is correct and tap on the Proceed button. A pop-up transaction receipt will be displayed. Close this pop-up and you will be transferred to the Create Item screen. Step 3. Fill in the form with the product item details. There are 3 sections where you can enter your product items. 1. Non-equipment. These include items such as fertilizers, herbicides, seeds, seedlings, etc. 2. Equipment. These include items such as tractors, trucks, all types of farm equipment, etc. 3. Education and research. These are education and research services that support the agricultural sector by providing training courses and research reports. Note, in future release versions of Fromyfarm app, it will include banking, accounting, legal services, etc. Step 4. You can upload a genuine photo of your produce or upload a 30 seconds video about the produce only. A warning to note, any legally prohibited videos or photos could lead to your account being locked or suspended or even closed permanently. Step 5. Tap on Add Product button. Your product will be displayed in the supplies listing screen. This product will also be immediately displayed in the All Supplies screen for purchase by registered buyers. A supplier's icon will appear in the supplier map screen if you are the first person from the district, otherwise you will be counted as an additional supplier from the district. To ensure your supplier products get the highest star ratings, you will need to take a high-quality photo of every product you advertise. You will also need to be sure to respond as quickly to SMS messages or phone calls from buyers seeking to interact with you. Also make sure your supplies are always of a good quality and well presented. Buyers will always be willing to pay more for higher quality supplies, so it's not just about having supplies to sell. How to update details of supplies? Step 1. In the supplies listing screen, tap on the update icon on a product card. This will display the update item screen. Step 2. Make the changes you want and then tap on the update button at the bottom of the screen. This will display the updated supplies in the supplies card of the supplies listing screen. How to read the supplier bid dashboard graph? To display the supplier bid dashboard, tap on the supplies item card on the supplies listing screen. When you have paid for advertising, a supplier bid dashboard is created. Note, the supplier bid dashboards are only created for non-equipment supplies. Next, tap on the graph button to view the graph. The graph shows the average prices that all registered suppliers got for the supplier item that have been sold. To see the date and time when the average prices were calculated, tap on the data point on the map. You can also pinch and expand the graph if you turn your smartphone into a horizontal position. You can also scroll back to see earlier prices up to 24 hours. How to use the real-time sales by all suppliers table. The real-time sales table shows for all registered suppliers what the actual prices and quantities were for the sold supplier item. This table is updated as soon as sales are completed in every supplier's bid review dashboard. This will inform you what is actually happening across all suppliers' dashboards as they take place for this supplier item. You can use it to make price changes to your supplier item so that you are both profitable and competitive. How to accept a buyer's offer. This part of the dashboard is where you can review the listing of bids by top 5 buyers. All other buyers whose bids are lower are not displayed. This means you don't waste time on buyers who are not willing to offer you the most competitive prices. You can compare the top 5 buyers with the real-time sales prices as well as the prices on the graph before deciding to accept one of the bids. Note, it is very important to make up your mind clearly before you tap on the accept price because it cannot be changed. To accept a buyer's bid, tap on the accept price button and the button will change to the accepted button. This also means that the bids for these supplies by this supplier are suspended for all bidders. So, you cannot accept more than one bid at a time. This is a period of exclusive transaction between the buyer and supplier. A pop-up message will be displayed showing the supplier's name, price, and quantity. You will also get an SMS message with the same details as the pop-up message. You must wait for a response from the buyer that will be sent by SMS message agreeing to pay at your acceptance price and quantity. Instructions on what your next steps to complete the sales transactions will also be provided. You will also see a notification. Tap the notification icon at the top of the screen to display the notification screen for details. Note that the buyer will be sent an SMS with the same information and instructions to respond to your accept price with a given time limit of 30 minutes. If the buyer does not respond within the time limit of 30 minutes, the app will automatically cancel your offer and the bid will become available to the remaining bidders. There will be no fees for this re-advertising. When the buyer has completed their process, you will get another SMS giving you the buyer contact details and the buyer will also be given your contact details. You may wait for the buyer to contact you to establish a business relationship so that you can then arrange for the payment as well as collection for the supplier item. Note, once you have reached this stage, this supplier item bid dashboard will no longer be displayed. However, you will continue to view the supplier item in the recent listing screen. Note, if neither you nor the buyer agree to settle the payments and delivery and you both agree to cancel the transaction, you may re-advertise the supplies. This may incur a new advertising fee. How to use the bid review screen. In the supplies listing screen, to see the status of all the bids by buyers for your various supplies, tap on the bid review button. This will display the bid review screen. For each bid you see the buyer's name, the quantity, the price, the date and time of the bid, and the status. Note, when status is pending, this indicates that the supplier item has not yet been sold. When the supplier item has been sold, then the status will show accepted and you will notice that the bid dashboard button has also been disabled. If you tap on the disabled button, it will display a pop-up notification that the bid has been closed. It also provides you the buyer's phone number, the date and time when the bid was closed. To see the actual bid screen for each supply, tap on the bid dashboard button. This will display the supplier bid dashboard of the selected supplier item. Another screen you can also find a bid review button is in the All Supplies screen. Tap on the View All text on the Supplies section of the Produce and Supplies screen to display the All Supplies screen. How to sell direct to buyers without the bid process. For the supplies items categories, equipment and education and information, by default the items can be sold directly to buyers. The supplies displayed will have the buy button and no bids. However, even for supplies category of non-equipment, you can still sell direct to buyers by setting the bidding period to 0 and accepting the first bid displayed. What is available through the home page? Suppliers report. Tap on the reports icon. This will display the suppliers report screen. The suppliers transactions report gives important data on how your farm supplies related activities in Fromyfarm app are accumulating. They are displayed for the current month, last quarter, and last year. It provides you with what your total sales for all supplies were during these periods and what the demand by suppliers was, as shown by the offers to sales ratio section of the table. Importantly, you are able to see the total value of farm supplies sales in each period and therefore your income generation over the whole year. Transactions history screen. Tap on the transaction history icon. This will display the transaction history screen. Next, tap on any transaction card. This will display the details of each transaction. Transaction types include annual registration payments, 30-day advertising payments, internet data allocations, payments for supplies and services. Invoice listings. Tap on the invoices icon. This will display the invoices screen. If there are many invoices, then they will be listed in invoice cards, which you can tap to display the contents of each invoice. Weather forecast. To see the weather forecast in your area, tap on the weather forecast icon to display the weather forecast. If this is not your location, then use the search bar at the top by typing in your district and country. The weather forecast is for the next 7 days. In the future Fromyfarm app release, it will be able to show 6 months. Community forum. Tap on the community forum icon to display the community form screen. This is a social media forum for the suppliers community. You can share your views, ideas, and ask questions relating to agriculture and related organizations in order to encourage the improvement in agriculture output and wealth creation of suppliers in general. Please note carefully that you are expected to interact in your communications according to the terms of use agreement. Those who breach these terms can either be suspended or blocked from access to the forum, or may even have their account closed. Help Center. Tap on the help icon to open the supplier support screen. This screen enables you to directly contact the Help Center technical team. It is strongly recommended to first browse through the FAQs screen in case your query has already been answered, saving you a potential longer wait for a response. Note, we currently don't provide email assistance, but will do so in the future once we have the resources to manage the email-based services. Governance and Policies listing. Tap on the Governance and Policies link to display the Governance and Policies screen. This screen provides a listing of government policy documents, regulations, legislations, etc. that you can download. You can also search using the search tool at the top of the page. In future releases of Fromyfarm app, it will also include industry studies and publications relevant to the agriculture sector. Your profile. Step 1. Tap on the Edit Profile icon. This will display the screen for updating your personal profile. Step 2. You can add your photo by tapping on the photo icon. This will take you to the photo gallery in your phone. Tap on the photo you want and it will display in the profile screen. Step 3. Tap on Save button to complete the update.